Welcome back, tech enthusiasts. Today we're diving into a head-to-head comparison of two giants in the TV world, the Samsung 75-inch TV and the Sony Bravia 75-inch TV. We're talking massive screens, stunning visuals, and enough smart features to make your head spin. But which one comes out on top? That's what we're here to find out. Over the next few minutes, we'll break down every aspect of these TVs, from design to picture quality, smart features, sound, and of course price. By the end, you'll know exactly which 75-inch champion is right for your living room, so buckle up, grab your popcorn, and let's settle this battle of the titans. Alright, let's kick things off with the first impressions, design and build quality. We're talking about 75 inches of tech here, so how they look and feel in your living room definitely matters. Starting with the Samsung, you've got that signature sleek and minimalist aesthetic they're known for. Super thin bezels, almost all screen, which I know a lot of you guys love. It just kind of melts into the background when it's off, giving you that clean, modern look. The build quality is solid too. Nothing feels cheap or flimsy. It's clear they put some thought into using premium materials. You're not going to be worried about it falling apart after a couple of months. Moving over to the Sony Bravia, it's got a slightly different vibe. A little more traditional maybe, but still very stylish. The bezels are a touch thicker, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It gives it a bit more presence, you know? And when it comes to build quality, Sony rarely disappoints. It's robust, well constructed, and you can tell it's built to last. They've got a reputation for this stuff for a reason. Now, which design philosophy you prefer is totally subjective. Do you want that ultra-modern, all-screen immersion of the Samsung, or do you appreciate the slightly bolder, more traditional look of the Sony? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. But honestly, in terms of design and build, both of these TVs are pretty top-notch. You're getting a premium look and feel no matter which way you go. Okay, now for the main event, picture quality. This is where things get really interesting, people. Both Samsung and Sony are known for their stunning displays, but they go about it in different ways. The Samsung, for example, is rocking their QLED technology. And let me tell you, the colors that pop off this screen are just ridiculous. We're talking super vibrant, almost hyper-real, but in a good way, you know? Especially if you're watching HDR content, it's just next level. And the brightness, wow. This thing gets seriously bright, which is awesome for HDR, and for dealing with glare if you've got a bright room. Now the Sony Bravia, on the other hand, is all about that OLED goodness. And OLED has its own set of advantages, starting with those inky, perfect black levels. Seriously, when the pixels are off, they're off. It's like looking into a black hole. This makes a huge difference in contrast and overall picture depth. Plus, OLED is known for its wide viewing angles, so everyone in the room gets a great view. No more fighting for the sweet spot. So, which display technology reigns supreme? Well, that's tough. QLED gives you those eye-popping colors and incredible brightness, while OLED delivers those perfect blacks and incredible contrast. It really comes down to personal preference. Do you prioritize vibrant colors and brightness? Go Samsung. Are you all about those deep blacks and cinematic contrast? Sony's your winner. Alright, let's move on to the brains of these operations, the smart features and user interface, because let's be real, nobody wants a clunky, laggy smart TV experience. The Samsung here is running their Tizen operating system, and I've got to say, it's one of my favorites. It's super smooth, responsive, and just easy to use. Navigating through menus, finding your favorite apps, it's all a breeze. Plus, they've got a ton of apps available. Netflix, YouTube, Disney+, you name it, it's probably there. And the voice control is actually pretty decent too. Now the Sony Bravia is rocking Google TV, which, if you're familiar with Android TV, is basically its successor. And it's no slouch either. It's got a clean, intuitive interface and of course, access to the massive library of apps on the Google Play Store. One of the cool things about Google TV is the content integration. It does a great job of recommending shows and movies from all your different streaming services so you don't have to jump around between apps all the time. Honestly, both Tizen and Google TV are excellent smart TV platforms. They're smooth, intuitive, and packed with features. It really comes down to personal preference and maybe what ecosystem you're already invested in. Alright, we've talked picture, we've talked smarts, but what about sound? Because a great viewing experience isn't complete without immersive audio. Now I'll be honest, the built-in speakers on most TVs, even high-end ones, are usually just okay. But there are some differences here worth noting. The Samsung, for example, has what they call object tracking sound. Basically, it tries to match the audio to the location of the action on screen. So, if a car is zooming from left to right, you'll hear the sound pan across the speakers. It's a cool idea and it works decently well, adding a bit more immersion to the experience. The overall sound quality is fairly balanced, with decent clarity. The Sony Bravia, on the other hand, boasts something called acoustic multi-audio. It's a fancy way of saying they've integrated some additional speakers into the TV to create a wider soundstage. And I've got to say, it's pretty effective. The sound feels more spacious and enveloping compared to the Samsung. You get a bit more depth and separation between the different audio elements. But let's be real, if you're dropping serious cash on a 75-inch TV, you're probably thinking about a dedicated sound system too. And that's always going to be the best way to get that true cinematic audio experience. Alright, it all comes down to this, the price. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, both of these 75-inch TVs are a significant investment. We're talking premium features, premium design, and a premium price tag to match. The Samsung typically comes in a bit cheaper than the Sony Bravia. And for that price, you're getting that stunning QLED display with those vibrant colors and impressive brightness. Plus, the Tizen operating system is super smooth and easy to use. The Sony Bravia, while usually a bit more expensive, offers that incredible OLED technology with its perfect blacks and cinematic contrast. And Google TV is a fantastic smart TV platform with great content integration. So, which one offers the best value? Well, it's a tough call. The Samsung gives you a lot of bang for your buck, especially if you prioritize picture quality and a smooth user experience. But, if you're willing to spend a bit more for that OLED technology and the immersive audio capabilities of the Sony Bravia, it might be worth the premium. Ultimately, the best value for money depends on your individual needs and budget. What are your priorities? What features are most important to you? Once you've answered those questions, you can decide which TV fits the bill. So, which one should you buy? It ultimately depends on your priorities and budget. Both the Samsung and Sony Bravia offer incredible features, but one might suit your needs better than the other. If you're all about that vibrant, bright picture and a more budget-friendly option, the Samsung is a strong contender. But if you crave those perfect blacks, cinematic contrast, and you're willing to spend a bit more, the Sony Bravia might be calling your name. Let us know in the comments which one you prefer and why. We love hearing your thoughts. And hey, while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this head-to-head battle, subscribe for more tech showdowns, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on future reviews. Thanks for watching, everyone.